What is forgiveness, first of all? What is to forgive?
To forgive someone means that if someone did some wrong to you, you are willing to um, pass over what he did to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. That's from your side.
Yes, yes.
The other side is asking for you to pass over or pardon what he
Mhm.
has done against you, correct? You're the one side. So the forgiveness is not one sided. Yeah. People think, oh, it's forgiveness and that's it. No, it's a
Mhm.
two-way equation.
Yes.
You have to ask forgiveness, and then you have to be given forgiveness from the one you're asking forgiveness or pardon. When people say, oh, I ask forgiveness of God, that doesn't mean he's forgiven you.
That's correct.
So look at the nonsense that they
Mhm.
will feed you. Yeah. No, just keep asking like 99 times. Yeah. Count on your hands. 99, 33, whatever they, I don't know what you used to do, those little beads
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they go, the rosaries and all this other nonsense.
Mhm.
You just have to say forgive me God 99 times and he'll forgive you. Right.
Mhm.
Does that make any sense?
No.
Really?
Yeah. No, no,
Unless
really.
the only way it will make sense is when you're asking forgiveness of God with true intent
Yes, that's what I was going to
of
say. That
acceptance
yes,
of your nonsense that you
yeah.
are in front of
Yes,
God.
exactly. So
Yeah.
first you
So,
have to know that why are you asking forgiveness, and are you really feeling it in your heart, like, and that you have done some wrong and for which you need to be forgiven and you're so guilty and you're asking him. And then obviously sometimes you would ask repeatedly, God forgive me, with the same words, but that is because the desperation in you, right? Because you want him to forgive you so bad, because you feel so bad for what you've done, right?
yeah.
Like,
So that applies to anyone you ask forgiveness from. So look at what's happening on the earth today now. Yeah. So how do people ask forgiveness? Why do people ask forgiveness on there? Well, most of them don't even ask forgiveness. You look, if you talk about these leaders and your politicians and bankers and they will never ask for forgiveness. They'll give you the money. They will never accept fault. Right? How many lawsuits go? We'll pay you this, but we don't accept any wrongdoing. Have you
yes,
seen this?
yes, yes, they do that. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time. I mean, left, right, and center. So that forgiveness is not worthy of forgiveness. The act of forgiveness is accepted, is acceptable if the other party actually accepts the wrongdoing. If
Yeah.
you accept no wrongdoing, then your asking of forgiveness is hypocritical, which is what everybody does. This is how they even ask God to forgive hypocrites, because they don't accept their wrong. If you keep asking God for forgiveness for an act that you have done, and then you continue doing that act every time you ask forgiveness of Him, and He forgives you and doesn't destroy you after that, how are you going to then be forgiven at the end?
Yeah.
Huh?
Because you are not really feeling that you did anything wrong. It's just a hypocritical
No,
way,
no.
like you said.
It's just either you're hypocritically asking
Hmm.
or you don't try and change heart. I
Your
mean, look
int-
at the example of Moses. Yeah. He killed the guy. Then he asked forgiveness of God, and God forgave him right there. And then he said, I'm not going to be backer to the wrongdoers after that, after what God forgave him. And the next day, he was about to kill another guy. So, this is the key. He was not ready in a form to change his character overnight. But he intended to do it, but he did not understand that he could not do it. So obviously, I'm not holding it against Moses. This is what happened, right? And we are the same. When we say, "Oh, I've done this. I'm sorry. I'm never going to do it again," but you don't know that you're not capable of changing that, and you don't try hard enough to change it after you say that I'm not going to do it again, after asking forgiveness from the entity you did it to, right? So then what happens? You keep doing the same nonsense over and over, and then keep asking forgiveness for the one you're doing it to, right? The same thing. I'm talking about the same act. There are many things we obviously do wrong. I'm talking about the
the
same
same.
act that you keep doing, and then
Mhm.
you keep asking forgiveness, and then you keep doing it. So what's the point of asking forgiveness now when you're not intending or trying to change? Even if you're intending, you're not actually trying, because your intention is not sincere enough. This is how it is. This is how it works. And the highest person, the only person you need forgiveness from is the God. You don't need forgiveness from anyone. These people, when they tell you that, especially these idiots who call themselves Muslims and are not Muslims at all in any way, shape, or form, that the Quran tells them to be Muslim, these people tell you that about this Haqukul Ibad, yeah, that if you do something against me, I may not forgive you. And until I forgive you, God will not forgive you, right? This is what they teach
Yeah.
you. I don't know if you've heard
Yeah,
this,
I've heard it. Yeah.
yeah, and you've been taught this. What is
Yeah.
it for? Yeah, what is it for? To make yourself God. To make yourself God. Like,
Yeah, I'm
like
bigger
God
than God.
forgives me, but if you don't forgive me, I won't be forgiven. You can go to hell because I'm looking for God's forgiveness, not yours. Not yours. If I do something against you, I will first ask God for forgiveness sincerely. And then, when I feel that I have done enough in my heart to ask His forgiveness, then I'll come and tell you, I was wrong. I accept my mistake. I'm not going to ask you forgiveness. I will just say, I was wrong. And that is enough. That is enough. You don't have to say, forgive me to the person. You can. But the act of accepting your wrong is the actual act of accepting your wrong and that you are sorry, and then, be forgiven or not. I don't care if you don't forgive me or not. My act of accepting that I have wronged you is enough. And sincere acceptance. People will say that and don't mean
They
it.
don't mean it.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Yeah. So the God is the only one you need to ask forgiveness in absolute sincerity with exact reasoning of why you're asking forgiveness, for what you're asking forgiveness, and how you're asking forgiveness to Him. That's it. And when He forgives you, it doesn't matter who under Him does not forgive you. Has no meaning. Like, for example, the guy Moses killed. Yeah. Did that guy ask, did Moses ask that guy for
He's dead.
forgiveness? He asked God for forgiveness. He said, I've wronged my soul, forgive me. And forgive him. Yeah. So now the other guy, if God asks him, so do you want to forgive Moses? And the guy says, no. Do you think that's going to make any difference? No, it will make no difference.
Yeah.
God decides who to forgive. You don't. Yeah. You can decide to forgive someone. And if God doesn't forgive him, he's not
Then you
forgiven.
forgive him.
So
Yeah,
this is
you
the
have
other act. We forgive people. We, okay, you killed my son, I forgive you. It's a truth. I give it to you as truth. You don't have to do anything. I won't kill you. I won't enact the command of God and the rule and law of God that I have the right to kill you. I won't. But that doesn't mean God is going to forgive him. So now this is the real sense. So if the person that you've wronged forgives you and God doesn't, you're going to burn in hell.
exactly.
You're going to
So
burn in
yeah,
hell. For, I mean, how long? I don't know. For what act? Obviously, if you
mhm,
kill a believer, if you kill a believer forcefully,
you're going to
and the kid
go.
of that believer forgive you in this world, you're still going to go to hell. You'll escape the punishment in this life. You will not escape hell forever. That doesn't matter, and that forgiveness will never come. There are certain things God does not forgive for. Most other things He does. Like He will not forgive you for rejecting Him. He won't forgive you for rejecting His angels. He won't forgive you for rejecting His books. He won't forgive you for rejecting His messengers and prophets. He won't forgive you for separating between His messengers or between Him and His messengers. He won't forgive you for rejecting the hereafter or the afterlife, the life after this creation. He won't forgive you any of that. He may forgive
Partner.
you for disobeying Him. He may forgive you for disobeying His messengers. He may forgive you for disobeying the commands because we are idiots. We can't do that. But don't reject those things. Those don't require any action
Yes.
except the action of your soul and your heart's submissiveness to that level of belief. Yeah, how much ever you do believe is up to you, between you and God, and you know how much you believe. So yeah, I mean, you understand the level of forgiveness at a high level and a low level is a lot of difference. I mean, if you steal my pen and I forgive you, that's no big deal.
Yeah,
If you kill
exactly.
someone and you're forgiven, that's a big deal, and God can forgive you. But He stipulated clearly that anyone who kills his messenger or prophet or any believer forcefully, yeah, planned, premeditated, as you call it, he can never be forgiven. The person will die in hell forever. It's like if you kill me, anyone forcefully, you will never come out of hell. It's not going to happen. That's the way of God.